Hi again, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Jesse Heller. I'm the Marketing Director at Fay Business Systems Group. Today's webinar, we're talking about hosting Sugar, so your Sugar deployment options. Presenting with us today is Jeff Bickart. He is our Director of Operations at Fay BSG and potentially knows more about Sugar platform and Sugar hosting than anyone that has ever existed in the planet Earth. So we're very excited to have Jeff presenting with us today. We hope this can be as interactive as possible. So if you have any questions at all about hosting or anything you're seeing throughout the presentation, put them in the chat box and I'll get those over to Jeff to answer as we go through. So Jeff, why don't you take it away?
Thank you, Jesse. So let's talk a little bit about why I am the expert that Jesse has mentioned. I started with Sugar CRM development in 2004 when it was version 4.0a. At that time, I was the director of engineering of a voice-enabled Sugar CRM startup. We integrated Sugar CRM along with telephony and voice over IP. From there, I started a Sugar CRM partner. I was the chief technology officer. We grew to a fairly large size. We got acquired by a larger Sugar CRM partner where I served as the director of professional services. Since then, I've become the director of operations at Fay Business Systems Group. If you need to reach out to me, I can be reached at jeff.bickart@faybsg.com. I can be found on Twitter, as well as touch base with me on LinkedIn. I can also be found on the Sugar CRM community forums. If you have questions that you would like to have answered about Sugar CRM in general, as well as about how to deploy your environment or where you should be deploying your environment, feel free to reach out to me at any time. The agenda for today is to talk about Fay and why Fay is the right choice for you, your Sugar CRM deployment options, and then we'll have a brief moment of Q&A. For Fay, we have more than 25 years of business experience as a company. Our internal employees have been using Sugar, as you can see from me, since 2005. Our employees overall have more than 50 years worth of Sugar CRM experience. Our team is 100% based in North America, throughout the United States, as well as one person in Canada. We are one of Sugar CRM's largest partners. In 2016, we were the #1 Sugar CRM partner. We also support a few other products: QuickBase, NetSuite, Sage, and Acton. Sugar CRM is our only CRM platform. We don't support any other CRMs. So, if you want to know how to use Sugar CRM, we are definitely your team to be working with. We focus on CRM, accounting, and ERP, marketing solutions, and building custom solutions for you. We have thousands of successful CRM and accounting and ERP customers. So, when you're looking for these types of things, we're the right people to work with. We also, as a Sugar CRM partner, have the largest collection of add-ons and integrations that are available for you. We integrate many ERP systems such as QuickBooks, Intact, NetSuite, and Sage with Sugar. We have a portal, which we call Customer Access Support Hub, which allows your customers and clients to be able to access data within Sugar with no restrictions. Our newest product, which was just announced at SugarCon in September of 2017, is Sugar Mobile E, or Sugar Mobile Enhanced, which is an additional set of features that have been added to Sugar Mobile, mostly around the ability to do geolocation. So, for example, if you are out in the field with your mobile device and you want to know where or how to contact your accounts, contacts, or leads based off of your current location, you can pull up your Sugar Mobile application. You don't need to know which account you're searching for, which contact you're searching for, which lead you're searching for. You can actually just pull it up and say, hey, tell me any of my records inside of Sugar that are within a range of distance, and you'll have the ability to focus in and track down your clients, and so that you can go visit them in person. You also have the ability to check in and check out of meetings when you go to a customer site. There are also some other additional features that are available in the Sugar Mobile E. Check it out on our website. so that you can find out a little bit more. As I mentioned previously, our employees are throughout North America. We have offices in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Austin, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. Our headquarters is in Los Angeles, so we are throughout the United States. Fay has a proven process that we work with all of our customers on all of our projects. We start with a discovery session and we work our way up to a go live. My organization, which is focused on the delivery of products, primarily is in the project delivery area. We are the group that actually deploys your environment, adds your customizations, make sure you're happy. All of those types of things, we're part of the proven process that's here at Fay. So let's talk a little bit about your different deployment options that are available for Sugar CRM. You can deploy with Sugar on Demand, you could be self-hosted, and you can also use Fay to do your hosting. So let's talk a little bit about each of these
Sugar CRM
options.
will be releasing
Sugar on
yearly
Demand
releases for those of us who are
supported and
not
operated
on the
directly
Sugar
by
on
Sugar
Demand
CRM.
environment.
It
While you're
provides the
hosted
most
with
up-to-date
a
Sugar
partner
features.
such as us,
Starting
we will
in the
ensure
fall
that
of
your environment is up to
2017,
date as
Sugar
releases
is
are
moving
available,
on to
including
quarterly
security
updates,
patches.
and every quarter from
Some of the pros and
point forward,
cons
you will
of
receive the
hosting
latest
with
updates
Sugar
for
on
each
Demand
of the Sugar
is that
CRM
the pricing is
for your
included
Sugar
as part
CRM
of your Sugar
environment, and
CRM
you're hosted with
licenses.
Sugar on
It
Demand.
is highly available.
So every
Your data
quarter,
is encrypted in
you will
transit
receive
and
the
at
latest
rest,
updates,
and you get automatic
whether
updates.
or not
One of the
that's
biggest
the best thing
cons is
for
that
your
you are
business
automatically
is
getting
not up to
automatic
you
upgrades. So
whatsoever.
every time there's a new release, every quarter, you have the ability to get new, or you don't, Sugar will provide automatic updates so that you don't have, so that you are always on the latest release. It is more expensive to customize your development environment. Any custom code that you develop must meet Sugar on Demand's restrictions. It takes longer to do those development, as well as it's harder to deploy into the on-demand environment. One of the other things that you don't have access to is the database in the on-demand environment. If you have a BI tool or any other tool that is doing some type of transformation of your data, you don't have any ability to communicate with your data in Sugar on Demand unless you are using Sugar's APIs, which is a great way to go. But just in case you need the ability to access the database, you don't have that ability. The next way that you could host your environment is you can be self-hosted. In the self-hosted environment, you need to have specialized staff that includes things like a DBA, an operations architect, a system administrator. So your team internally must have some skills and knowledge in order to be able to manage not only the hardware, but also the software for the Sugar CRM stack. It's not just a simple Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP stack. There are other applications that are involved in the Sugar CRM environment, and you would need to become expert in being able to manage each of these environments to provide a high availability environment for your individual environment. You also have to provide all of the hardware so that you can be able to manage this. You can use any of the available cloud-based environments, but again, you need to have a team of people that can manage all of that. Also to deal with your backups, your snapshots, all of those different things. You can provision it any place that you would like, but again, your team must be able to handle all of that. If you host with somebody such as Fay, we have an environment built specifically for Sugar CRM. We offer multiple different deployment options. You can use shared hosting. Our shared hosting environment allows you to get the best of breed of environment as well as lower the total cost of ownership. We handle all of the management of the environment. We monitor the environment 24/7 and make sure that you have a great user experience. You can also have a dedicated server if that's what your team needs. If you need high performance, you don't want to be in a shared environment, we can certainly provision an environment that is dedicated specifically to you. If you have some requirements around government, especially in the United States, we can also provision in GovCloud and manage that environment for you. One of the other things that we can really do for you is we can provide a self-hosted, or you can provide a self-hosted environment, and we can provide oversight of that environment. If we provide oversight, we review your Sugar CRM instance, your utilization of all of the software required for Sugar CRM, as well as do database tuning.
in order for you to get the best of both worlds. In our hosted environment, customizations are less expensive. We are not restricted by the environment that on-demand has. Our environment is source code controlled. So we actually build all of your customizations and configurations in a test environment, which is included as part of your hosted environment with us. We provide all the testing, you do all of the UAT. Once everything has been approved, we roll out into your production environment and maintain and monitor that environment. If you have the need to communicate with internal systems via VPN or other communication mechanisms, we have the ability to provide that to you so that you're not restricted with Sugar on Demand. If you need access to the database for things like a BI tool, you can have access to the database. We can provide that available to you. We do nightly snapshots and backups of your environment, which can also be made available to you at any time. We can make it so that you can access them every single day if that's what you would like. Support for our hosting is provided directly by Fay in the United States. For your Sugar CRM environment, you are not required to upgrade. We can keep you in backwards compatibility mode for quotes, even though we can upgrade other parts of Sugar CRM. So you can actually get from Sugar 7.8 to Sugar 7.9 and maintain backwards compatibility in quotes. And we can continue to do that going forward so that you get the latest security updates and latest security features and other features within the application, but stay in backwards compatibility mode in certain modules such as quotes. We can also keep some of your customizations working that may have broken over time based off of the upgrades of Sugar. So some of the things that you need to consider as deciding what you want to do when you're deciding where to host your Sugar CRM environment is that you need to look at your appetite for change. One of the things that is important to recognize is that in the Sugar on Demand environment, Sugar is going to upgrade you on a quarterly basis. Do you have the stomach to handle a quarterly basis? Do you need to have a more restricted, less upgraded environment? Do you have requirements from a corporate mandate or other requirements from a regulatory or ISO standards that require you to do testing and a longer lead time than a quarterly upgrade? If that's the case, Sugar on Demand is most likely not the ideal solution for you. Other things to consider: do you have some legal, regulatory, or policy requirements that you need to handle? Do you have government regulations that need to be that are required? Do you have things like HIPAA or PCI requirements? Those types of things cannot be handled inside of Sugar on Demand and must be handled outside of that. Do you have user or integration access that you need to accomplish? One of the things that we talked about previously is, do you need access to things that are inside of your internal firewall? Sugar on Demand does not have the ability to handle that. We have the ability to control and be able to use things like a VPN to be able to access your internal environment so that you can actually monitor and be able to pull data out of other or third-party systems. We also have the ability to not be restricted inside of the Sugar CRM environment. So for example, if you need the ability to generate Excel or Microsoft Word documents or even Google Docs directly from within Sugar CRM, we can do that in our hosted environment, where in the Sugar on Demand environment, those types of things are restricted. So what are your so as a recap of your Sugar CRM deployment environments, you can go with Sugar on Demand. It's included with your Sugar CRM license. It has restricted development. Your DB access is restricted, and you will get quarterly upgrades. If you're self-hosted, your team needs to be able to have some specialized skills, things like database administration, system hosting, and you need to have an understanding of the Sugar CRM environment so that you can properly host it yourself. If you host with Fay, our environment is built for Sugar CRM performance. It's source code controlled. We do nightly backups or snapshots. Your database access is available in the case you need it. Upgrades are done when it makes business sense, not on a pre-identified schedule. One of the questions I just received was about our backups. Our backups are done on a nightly basis, depending on what region you are in. So sometime between midnight and 6 a.m., your system will be backed up as both the Sugar CRM file system as well as the database. It can be made available to you on a nightly basis. We keep about 10 days of active backups so we can roll back your environment based off of that. We also keep a snapshot, a weekly snapshot of your environment in long-term storage, and we keep that for about 6 months. So that way you can roll back or see where your environment was as far back as 6 months ago so that you have access to everything. Again, if you need to contact me, you can reach me at jeff.bickard@faybsg.com. If you need to reach out to Jesse, he can be reached at jesse.heller@faybsg.com. I can also be reached via Twitter, Sugar CRM community forums, as well as you can touch base and become a contact with me on LinkedIn. So I look forward to working with you in the future, and it's been a great time talking with you.